Hey everybody, welcome to day number 5, and today I'm going to talk about our family first, our couple/kids survival system. Now, with this course is a real foundational piece. There's a lot of information when it comes to talking about how we handle violence and aggression, from low-level verbal all the way up to extreme physical or potentially even an act of terror when we are out with our spouse or significant other or with our kids. Separate from that, how do we ensure that we're not raising the next generation of victims? What I want you to do, and the way I built this course, was to get conversations started. As far as couples, it was to get couples having conversations about what we can do, how we can work together in the face of aggression and violence to ensure that we survive, to ensure we minimize damage, to ensure that we don't make it any easier for somebody to use the fact that we're together, that there's two of us. That's not a vulnerability. Other people, could see it that way and try to target and use that to exploit us. So there's a lot of conversations. So what I recommend is actually having some conversations. There's a couple situations here. One, if it is one spouse, the husband that I'm speaking to or the wife that bought the Ultimate Transformation Academy and decided to invest in it and wants the results and go through it that way, I actually recommend that you potentially go through and listen to the course on your own first. All right, I suggest you have a pen and paper and you maybe write down some of the different concepts, some of the different strategies we're talking about, some of the, we pose in this course, there's a series of questions that you should talk about, ask each other, answer, and really take time to think about it. Some very deep conversations can come from this, and there can be a lot of confusion in the beginning. There can be a lot of pushback, okay? Especially if one's part of the relationship isn't really connected to the journey the same as the other person. So I would recommend going through that course first, getting a handle on the information, thinking about the questions and what they mean to you and what your answers might be, and then sitting down and either doing one of two things, either watching the course with your spouse, or maybe even just going through and having a conversation person to person without watching the video, and just go through it and ask some of the questions and start to just ease your way into the subject matter. Everyone's going to respond slightly different to it. Okay, so that's how I would use the family first. When is the appropriate time to start that? That is completely up to you. You might want to be going through the Ultimate Spidey Sense and even work through some of the 7-week. You might feel like you want to just get more grounded and start moving down the path and start to awaken the protector within to a degree before you have these conversations. You may want to do it right from the get-go. You might be both be doing it together. There's no wrong way to do it with this, okay? So that's just a couple recommendations for how to use the couples one is, watch it first, potentially go through it, answer your own questions, what your thoughts would be, and either have the conversation with your spouse or your partner or anyone in your life that you are connected with, that you spend time with, that you may find yourself in a situation of violence or aggression with, then have a conversation organically, just broach it. Or sit down and watch the video together. At some point, it'll be great to watch the video together. It's your call as to when that is. Now if we flip to the kids, taking your kids and plopping your kids down in front of the video and making them watch the video, and I say making because they may not have an interest in it in the beginning, is not always the best thing. Sometimes it's the same situation. Go through it. We talk about questions to ask the kids, conversations. We keep it very simple, just things that should be said to our children organically, part of their lives, things they need to hear to saturate, to impress it upon them. Okay, so you can sit down, go through the video, again, write some of the information down and start having some of these conversations without making it a big production about, hey, we got this course, you need to sit down and listen to this because there's bad people in the world, blah, blah, blah. And your kids, they may respond to that. They may love and really plug in, and you may get great buy-in because you let them watch the video with you. So again, use your discretion. Okay, but a lot of times it's always best to remember that slowly change the temperature of the conversations that you're having with people versus going from an extreme from one day to the next where now all of a sudden you must do this, you got to do this, and do you understand this? That can be a little harsher on people. So it's your call. You've got your finger on the pulse of what's going on in your family relationship and your family dynamic, and I want you to make the right decision, and I know you will. So these are there. The Family First Survival System for your couples and kids is there as an assist. It's a very foundational program. We don't go into a ton of depth on things because, again, we want people to warm up to the temperature of the conversations we're having. All right, that's it. Any questions or concerns or extra help you need on that, feel free to reach out to us. Other than that, everybody, we will see you tomorrow, and as always, stay safe, okay?